I had no idea what to do or how to reach him.
My son has heart condition, he has cystic fibrosis.
I was concerned about his speech therapy, so I asked the doctor and he told me about the program.
It is easier when you know what you should be doing, what you should be expecting.
They gave us a lot of good tips.
I didn't expect it to go so smoothly.
He's doing better weekly. I mean, it's almost daily.
Welcome to Early Intervention Services. Here on our military installation, early intervention services are provided by EDIS, or Educational and Developmental Intervention Services. Your family has been referred to us so we can help you determine whether your child is progressing as expected. If not, we can provide the help and guidance that will enable your child to meet developmental milestones. The first step in the process is a developmental screening. With your input, we'll find out if you want to have your child evaluated to see if he or she is eligible to receive our services. The next step is evaluation. Evaluations are usually completed in your home, so your child feels comfortable and at ease. You, the parent, are an important part of the evaluation team, since you know your child best.
I was a little disappointed that my son failed a lot of the questions, a lot of the things that they were saying that he should be, what they were looking for. But once we were able to identify his problems, then we developed a program and goals that we wanted to meet.
I didn't know exactly how to work with your child as a new parent to get them to do stuff, right on track, teach them how to do stuff. So it was really good to have some help.
If your child qualifies for services and you would like to participate in early intervention, the next step is the Routines-Based Interview, or RBI. The RBI is a tool that helps us get to know your family better and helps us develop a plan that reflects your priorities for your child. The concept of the RBI is one that may seem strange at first. Up to this point, we've been focusing primarily on your child. But now, the emphasis will include all members of your family. That's because your child is a part of your family, and the best way we can help you make positive change is to get to know your family and what happens day to day.
Not only do they come out to see my son, they do know that we have 3 other children, and they ask us about them as well. And when they do the evaluations, they'll ask us, what do we want to do? What are our goals that we want to set for Noah? And then they'll also ask how our older children are doing and what goals we might want to set for them.
It's been real good to know exactly where he stands and how to get him to where he needs to be. So it's helped a lot.
The RBI helps us figure out the most important skills you would like your child to develop. It also helps us understand what times of day things are going well and what times of day things are more difficult. The routines-based interview usually lasts about 90 minutes. During the interview, we'll ask how things typically go throughout the day for you, your child, and the rest of your family. We'll also find out what you like to do on weekends and when you're away from the house. While we want to hear whatever you feel comfortable sharing in the RBI, please tell the EDIS team if you begin to feel uncomfortable or don't want to discuss certain things. After we finish the RBI, we ask you to think about the information you gave us. This leads to our next step, which is developing goals or outcomes for your child and your family. Together as a team, we incorporate your ideas for your child as well as any concerns you have for your family as a whole into a list of outcomes that will become a part of your child's Individualized Family Service Plan, or IFSP. Once the plan is developed and outcomes are established, early intervention services can begin. By the end of this visit, we'll decide together how often a provider will come to your home and who that provider will be.
The outcomes that we came up with for Keegan and for our family were mostly just to increase his day-to-day function. And if you looked at them on paper, they're not long, drawn-out, complicated goals, but in trying to achieve the small things, it's made a world of difference for him.
EDIS is a team of professionals that may include special educators, speech therapists, occupational therapists, physical therapists, community health nurses, and family services intervention specialists. All these professionals work together as a team, but one person, a primary service provider, will see your child most often. We try to make sure this person has the background that most closely matches your desired goals or outcomes. For example, if most of your outcomes focus on your child's ability to move, then you might have a physical therapist or occupational therapist as your primary service provider. The other team members would still be available to your family if needed. If your child has a variety of needs, you may be seen by more than one provider, but your primary service provider would always be at each visit so that everyone knows what's going on. During these visits, EDIS will work with you and your family using a coaching model. Coaching means that together we'll figure out how to help your child.
I'm being taught how to help my son, and I'm being taught, the tools to use to help him day to day.
When we come to your home, we'll talk about each outcome you want to work on. For example, you may want your child to talk more, or you may want your child to eat with a spoon. During the visit, we'll show you different strategies to try with your child to help him attain the outcomes you've set for him. EDIS providers can also watch you working with your child to see how we can help. Sometimes during a visit, we'll simply talk about how things are going. We'll review your selected outcomes each time we see you to find out if the strategies we talked about on the previous visit are working. If they are, great. If not, then we'll brainstorm other ways to achieve success.
Noah did not walk. He actually did not crawl, and he did not. He just wanted to be picked up to be moved back and forth. Within the first 3 weeks of EDIS being here, Noah took his first steps.
It was really helpful, especially for us parents, because they gave us a lot of good tips, what to do, how to do, and stuff like that. It was really helpful.
We met some people at exactly the same time that EDIS started work with Lily, and those people notice those difference with Lily, how she's catching up, how she's being more open, and how she talk more. So I think that's because we're using EDIS.
Coaching is not the only model of early intervention. However, research has shown that children often learn best in their natural settings where they feel most comfortable. And when children are very young, that is typically within their home and with their families. We hope we've given you a better understanding of what educational and developmental intervention services is all about and how we can help you. We encourage you to ask your primary service provider any questions you may have about EDIS, our coaching model, or other intervention options. The entire EDIS team looks forward to working with you and your family.
This is a great program, and I'm glad that my wife actually looked into it and she convinced me to go to it.
They did a great job, The Lily is moving forward every day, is learning something new.
I've seen my son grow a lot through this program. So it works well with the family schedule. I work and my husband works, and even though we both get home late, they still manage to, take the time out and just work with our family.
And I don't think we would have been able to reach him or have him reach us and Noah reaching us if we had not had the help or the support from EDIS.